Welcome back to Mystic Like My Mama, a podcast presented by Ask Penjie. I'm Isabella, and this is my mama, Tina. We are a mother-daughter duo and the co-founders of Ask Penjie. In this show, we'll be talking about accessing your intuition and how we integrate ancient wisdom into our modern lives. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5.
Episode 5.
Yay!
Amazing. So exciting.
We have a really good episode for you prepared today, and um, we're so glad you're listening, and welcome back.
You should know that I tried to raise my chair up because I feel like I'm like lower than you and my feet are dangling.
Well, you
I'm just
tried.
I'm just like kicking my feet. If you see me moving, it's because I'm like kicking my feet around.
A for effort.
Hmm
I just tried. I can like lower. I don't even know how to lower this chair down.
Oh my
I
God.
think it has a thing on it. It's too much work.
It's
Um,
okay.
so I think we should start off with our card pull. Card pull of the week. I've really all day I've been wondering what card we're gonna get for this week's episode. So I'm really interested to see which one it's gonna be because I've been thinking about it.
Amazing.
Which
So I
deck
have
did you end up picking?
What, honey?
Which deck did you end up picking?
Oh, I ended up picking this one, Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's so pretty. Look how gorgeous it is. Um,
Love.
I love so many of my decks. See all the different colors and everything. So I want everybody to think of a situation or a question or anything they're wondering about, an answer that they're looking to get, a message that they're looking to receive and hear. I wanted to remind you guys, I knock 3 times to infuse our energy for today. Um, as a group, whoever's listening, into the deck. But I love this deck. It's so pretty. Let me tell you, it has a secret little message on the inside, and it says, "It's good to feel good." I love that. And
Amen.
I chose it today because of the topic that we're going to talk about. So it's very intentional. And I wanted to tell you guys, a lot of my decks are different, and it's very intuitive which deck we choose, right? When we do a reading, or sometimes we do them together, sometimes I do them for you, sometimes you guys grab a deck, things like that. But ever since you're little, we've been pulling cards. And
We kind of have a deck for everything.
yeah, and what's really cool is that this deck actually doesn't have a book. It doesn't have like a guidebook. So sometimes if you're like you have less time and you just want a really quick message, it's kind of a really cool deck because it's just a card deck. And so there is no like book to read from or, affirmations or deep kind of meaning message. I mean, they're very beautiful. The cards are amazing and it's
Yeah,
going to
but
be.
it's not like a big reading. It's almost like a little mantra for the day.
Yeah, and it's not like a huge commitment. So somebody
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to say like, "Oh, I don't have time to do a reading." You have
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You have time
Or
to open
even
it up.
or even also if you maybe you haven't used cards before
Hmm
or anything, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah, it's a good starter deck.
oh, it's like a little mantra, or you don't have to do like a whole reading or know anything. It's just you just pull a card and it's right there.
Yeah. Also, what I like about it is that it's open to your interpretation of the message because it doesn't come with a guidebook. So it's not really like telling you like what to think or what it means and then you get to kind of use your, you know, um, imagination and your own intuition to try to figure out what does the message mean and what does it mean to you. So that's really cool. Okay.
Well, I
So
like that. I didn't think of that before. It's not telling you what it means, so it's your own definition. It's up to your noodle.
it's up to you. Okay. So I will choose a card. Okay. So the card for today is, and this is this side of the card. And then, ooh, it says true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. I
Mm.
love that. I love that message. And I think I've kind of shared that with you, most of your life. Whenever we do Penji, we do the same thing when we do readings and things like that. We always say for the highest good of everyone involved.
Mhm.
And a lot of times when I do Reiki, I do that as well. So I'll do like everybody from every angle that's involved in a situation. Oh, because I wanted to share that actually. You guys should know that when I do energy work or Reiki or things like that, you can Reiki a situation. Like you don't just have to Reiki a person. It's not about just healing someone, but you
Mhm.
can Reiki a situation. You can Reiki a conflict. You can Reiki a problem that you can't solve, like at your work or about your car or things like that. So you can actually do energy work. Oh, question?
For those of us at home who are new to this stuff, What is Reiki?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Quick little summary.
Okay, Reiki is a universal healing technique that comes from Japan. It's an ancient healing technique that I'm actually trained in. So I became a Reiki master because I wanted to learn how to channel this life energy. And I am not, when I am doing Reiki on someone or on something, I am not doing it for them. I am being a conduit, like bringing the energy through me to them, and they are doing their own healing. But what it does is it promotes healing and wellness and emotional balance and relaxation, and it's very peaceful. It's very powerful. So you actually have testimonials of Reiki, right?
I do. When you've done Reiki on me, I normally feel sleepy after. I feel very relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you
Very
can,
relaxed, and it's very gentle, and it just allows energy to flow through you. And we're going to talk about energy today, and we have another word that you're familiar with called prana boost, right? And prana is your life energy flowing through you, right? So it's also talking about that energy that is like already flowing through your body, but sometimes we can do things that stop that energy or slow that energy down, or even um, I don't want to say lower the energy, but kind of lower your vibration, and you have less like kind of life force coming through you. So, yeah, Reiki is just, there's so many benefits of Reiki,
does
but
Reiki raise your prana back up?
yes. And you know what else? So when I'm actually doing it, I can actually test to see what is your life energy at right now. Sometimes people that come to me are very low, like very low life energy, and I have to get them back up,
Mm-hmm.
before they go, like during that session.
When you say like
Um,
energy, does that mean like their connection to their soul or their like what is it?
Well, it's even their life force, right? So like their energy that they have to go through life. Like they might feel really tired, and they might have a lot of anxiety, and they might be super stressed. And what we want to do is we want to kind of like um, you know, we want to, yeah, we want to boost it back up, but we want to help them because that way they're more connected to their intuition, and they're more able to manage their emotions, and it kind of like restores like their inner peace,
Yeah.
so they can be like really like out of alignment. So, I mean, a lot of people just, where we were going to talk about this later, but I'll just say it now. A lot of people are very focused on physical, like how do they feel physically, right? And if they don't feel good, if they have a headache, they want to take something, right? So Reiki is just another way of managing how you feel. So whether it be emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, Reiki is amazing for that. So we can do that in another episode, but
Well, no. This is the episode. That's great. I love it. I
no, but
love
I
it.
mean, I can share more.
I know. Well, there's endless stuff to share about it.
Yeah.
But
But we got off topic from the card, and I just want to remind you, so like when we do energy work, when we are manifesting, we want to make sure that we are not just thinking about ourselves, but when we are manifesting, what the card is saying, manifest for the highest benefit of everyone involved, right? Not just for us, because there's a ripple effect when energy happens, and so that's a really cool message. I love that. Well, that's my interpretation. Do you have one? Do you have any different feelings? True
mm,
manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all.
I love it. I think it's also like yeah, it's like you said, having the intention that um whatever you're manifesting affects the people around you in the best possible way. And maybe you're manifesting something beautiful for yourself, but yeah, it ripples out and affects those
Yeah.
people.
I'll give you an example. Like I remember like buying your car,
Hmm.
right? So then if I want to Reiki the situation, or Reiki the car, or like we want to manifest this car, right? Oh, I just dropped the card. I would say something like, I am intending for this to work out for the highest good of everyone involved. So that be the car dealer, the car salesman, the like finance lady in the back, like everyone involved in it has their hands in it, and
Yeah,
everyone has a piece of it. Somebody who's in the back who's, cleaning the car and getting it ready for you and things like that. So like I just want people to have a bigger vision of everyone that's involved in your manifestation.
yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a sleazy used car salesman who's like, I just want it to work out for me. That's all I care about. He's like, my
Right.
employees can get the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Things like that. I
That's
know.
the opposite.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love it. So Today's topic is everything is energy, which sounds super simple, but it can also be broken down into so many different things. And today, specifically, we're going to talk about how everything is energy, but how your own personal energy is your responsibility, and how your energy that you're maintaining and you're feeling and your life force and prana, like we talked about a second ago, affects those around you and yourself in your life. So, we'll be talking about personal energy today.
Love it.
I'm going to start us off with a really good quote that kind of sums up everything we're going to get into, which is by Albert Einstein. And it says, everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. So, the beautiful thing that this quote points out is that energy is science. It's physics. It's literally existing within all of us. The same way electricity is coursing through the entire world right now and all through your walls in your house, energy is coursing through everything around you and your body. And that's why it matters so much to be aware of the energy you're bringing, of the energy you're feeling, of the energy you bring into situations, and how it affects your life and those around you. And if you have an intention like our card of manifesting the best, um, for the highest good for everyone and everything around everyone, then you would understand that that's when your energy comes into play because it matters. Your own energy affects everyone around you.
So I want everybody to understand actually that, you were talking about quantum physics and things like that. Everything vibrates. Like every single thing in the universe vibrates, whether it be my bracelets, and we vibrate at a certain frequency. The sweatshirt, this microphone, everything that is in the world vibrates at a certain frequency, including your thoughts. Everything is vibrational. So
And
quantum
energy is frequency.
Yes. So quantum physics has shown like everything in the universe is made up of energy and vibrations, including your body, your emotions, this box, everything is made up of energy. So we have to first learn that we are super sensitive to energy. All of us are, right? Some people more than others because they have higher awareness or something like that. But I don't know if we talked about this already, but when I do energy healing, I can use my dowsing rods. We'll explain what those are, little copper rods, but I can actually see like how big your energy field is. And when you learn about the energy field, then you kind of understand how big you're like around you. Like imagine like, the diameter, like all the way around you, how big the radius is of your energy that you're radiating out to the world, right? And I mean, some people can come up to you and they'd be like, "What's wrong? I can tell something's off. What are you not telling me?" And you're like, "What are you talking about? I'm totally fine." But they can feel it. They know something's off because people can feel other people's energies, right? So, I like this. I made this note and it says, your heart has its own frequency field and it's 60 times more powerful than the brain's electrical field. Okay. The Heart Math Institute discovered that the heart emits a measurable electromagnetic field that extends several feet outside your body and can actually sync with the people around you. So, I mean, there's so much to be said about this and so much, but I was kind of going to take you back because I have two little stories, but I was going to take you back to when was this actually? 2008. And you were 4
Mhm.
and I had been learning about energy and everything like that. And I found this necklace. I don't even know where I bought it actually, but I found this necklace. And this is when I was studying energy pretty deeply. I was like really, really um I don't want to say obsessed, but I was really committed. Actually, that's a better word. I was really
Yeah.
committed to working with the energies around us and making sure that the energy surrounding you and your sister and our whole family, like, that we were mindful of the energy that was around us. And so I
Yeah.
got this necklace, and I got it at a time where I was kind of learning all this personal growth stuff, and I was like learning, how could I change everyone I know? Like everyone that bothers me, everyone that is like, everyone in my family, everyone I knew, friends, people we worked with, why can't they just change, right? So that I could be happier, right? And then I found this quote and I found this necklace, And this is a quote by Gandhi, and it's one of my favorites. It says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And it was quite life altering, like life changing. Do you want me to read you what I wrote
Yeah,
when I got the
please
necklace? Okay, I have it written down.
tell us, tell us, tell us.
Okay. It's just like a little blurb. It just says it was from Wednesday, August 6th, 2008. I
Oh,
first heard this while watching The Breakfast Club when I was younger. Who am I? Who am I? I am the walrus. And when I wrote this down, I said, I intend to figure out who I am. Like, who am I? By journaling my thoughts and emotions. I've been trying for most of my life to figure people out, analyze situations, and hope for people to change. Instead, I now turn inward to work on changing myself. I know now that I create my destiny. And I just, this necklace was so special. And I wore it as my own personal mantra every single day
yeah.
to sort of show my commitment to the fact that I was going to work on myself, that I was going to have awareness of how I show up, how I speak, what I'm thinking about, what I'm focusing on, so that I could see if that would change anything.
Yeah, it
Um,
was like a personal reminder to keep you dedicated.
yeah. Yeah, and at the time I needed it because I was not raised with any of this, so I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know anything about it, but I wanted to remind myself. And you get busy, you forget, you start arguing or you start worrying and you forget. So then every time I would touch my necklace, I would be like, take a deep breath and be like, okay, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to work on changing. I
Yeah.
should do that. So this necklace, besides, being my reminder and my commitment, it also taught me a lot because I realized how things changed when I changed how I showed up. And
Yeah.
then later on, I was introduced to a woman who is amazing. Her name is Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor. And I loved a quote that she said, "Please be responsible for the energy you bring into this space." And I thought about that because I thought about how do people feel when I walk into a room. And when I say people, I meant like being a mom, right?
Mhm.
I thought that you guys would always remember how it was to drive with me and how it was, how did I act to people when we were out and how did you hear me on the phone? And I always had an awareness about how you guys saw me and how I was affecting you guys. So when I heard her quote, I loved it. I right away put it on my laptop. So when you enter my laptop before I type in my password, it literally says, "Please be responsible for the energy you bring into this space." And it was the next extension, like the next version of this quote, because it just, again, it's not about me being perfect. It's about me being mindful of how I'm showing up. So, like, say I'm getting on my computer, and if I'm all like stressed out and crazy, that's going to affect whatever I do on my computer, whether it's paying bills or, writing or, what else do I do online? I don't know. I'm forgetting everything. But anytime I'm using my computer and anytime I'm, using my phone and things like that, I just really wanted to have more awareness around it.
Yeah. I love that. So why do we need to be responsible for the energy that we bring into a room?
Well, because we don't realize the effect it has on every situation. So if we are trying to manifest, like the card said, right? If we are trying to manifest and if we understand that we can create our own reality, right? That we are like co-creators in our reality, then we need to figure out how are we showing up. And the issue is that I think most people are very accustomed to looking outside. Like they're wrong, they're driving wrong, they're doing this wrong, everyone's doing everything wrong. When you want to tune into your intuition and learn about your emotions and how you show up, when you want to raise your awareness, raise your vibration, you understand how much that is actually the only thing you can control. We can't control other people, nor should we. We
Yeah.
can't control what they do, we can't control what they say, but we can control how we show up, how we comment on social media, how we speak to our families, how we treat our neighbors, how we are in the world. And most of the time, for some reason, we just think we're really good at telling everyone else what to do. But I don't understand how everyone thinks they know what to do if they don't even know what to do for themselves.
And it's really impactful. People don't even realize, but they love when other people are in control of their energy. Like when you, I'm sure this has happened to you so many times, but you're ever around a person and somebody walks in the room and the energy in the room literally changes. Like they know how to hold their space, they command the room, and their energy is so strong, or they're so confident or so calm or something that it affects the people around them. Like maybe they put the people around them at ease, or people start becoming more talkative or want to like come up to this person just because this person's carrying this energy with them. They're moving through and affecting the people around them. And this is amazing when it's positive, but when it's negative, it's really difficult to manage because we've also all had people that we've met who come in with their own aura of energy that's not as positive, and then it can affect and bring down those around them. And that's why it's so important to be responsible for the energy that we're bringing, because we're literally shifting the vibration of the rooms that we enter. And this is so important, and that we've dealt with this a lot when you live with a family, when you have um, siblings and you live with your parents, or you're in an environment with multiple people. Maybe it's your roommates, maybe it's your best friends, because like you always told me the example of like if a husband or somebody gets home from work and they're really stressed and they're like angry, so then they start, yelling at the kids or something, and the kids don't know that the dad had a really bad day at work. They just think, oh, dad's mad at me, like they're
Mm-hmm. They
something.
start to internalize it.
Right. So they're just feeling whatever he's feeling and spreading onto them. And because he's not realizing that he's now responsible for the energy he took from work and
Mm-hmm.
bringing into their house and their life and their room. And then that how it's going to affect them. And they don't know that that's what's happening. So it's like these are examples of why it matters for us to be noticing why we feel the way we do, and then being responsible for if we bring certain energies. Now that being said, this does not mean that we will be happy 24/7. There's plenty of times I come to you angry or sad or anxious or vice versa, and when that happens, it happens, right? Because we're not going to avoid emotions, but for the most part it's trying to be responsible for the space we bring into something that we love. You want to say something? You got something good?
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I've always told you, I didn't want to interrupt you. I was just going to say, you're making me think of stuff. Like, I always told you that energy matters and affects everything. So, say, for instance, we were in the kitchen. You guys have always done a lot of baking and a lot of cooking. You guys are amazing at that. And I always said, you know, it's not about being perfect or making sure that you're aligned like 24/7, but it's like noticing when you're not, you know? So I'm all like, don't use a knife if you're misaligned. Like go kind of align your energy a little bit. Like that meal is not that urgent, you know? Like when you were learning how to drive, right? I was always telling you your energy matters, you know? If you're not in a good place, something like that. I'm not telling you don't have emotions, but I'm saying maybe don't drive. Sit and take a few minutes to align your energy, you know, like be in the parking lot, be in the driveway, something, put on some music, have awareness of working through it, right? And I think people just don't understand that that's important to do. You know, when you're cooking, you're putting energy into the food that
Mhm.
you're going to eat or someone else is going to eat it. So, like, if someone is always angry and they're cooking while they're making dinner and things like that, you can get a stomach ache afterwards and not know why. And be like, oh, my tummy hurts. Somebody be like, oh, I'm allergic to pasta. No, the person who made it was like angry. And you
Mhm.
took on that energy when you ate it. So, I mean, I've gotten very deep into it, but just at the basic core level, you know, just having some responsibility for how you act and how
Yeah.
you show up. So, I'll also give you an example. Like when I would walk into your rooms, right?
Mhm.
I would want to come visit you guys, and I would want to make sure that you guys want me to come in your room. Like I would be aware of the fact, like every time I come in your room, I don't want to be like, oh my God, look at the floor, look at this, look at that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. Then you guys would associate me with like, oh, I don't want mom in my room
Mhm.
because that's the energy that I'm bringing, right?
You're airing out the fact that I often have a messy room.
No, but if I can come in, but see, if I see that your room is messy, also, this is just going another deeper level. I can understand, you know, that you might need some help. Like, where do you need help? Are you feeling overwhelmed? You know, I just don't react like that because I'm so mindful and aware of my energy. I understand you know, like I just don't, you know, I don't do
A
that.
good example of this that you guys can put into practice
Yeah.
in like on a small scale, if you're not used to, I think, noticing your energy or being responsible for your energy, something we do that literally has been so like we started doing it ourselves, and then it's so useful and beneficial that we've like taught our friends to do it, and I have friends that do it, and um, it's like if you're gonna go call somebody, or I mean, text it, I guess a little different because someone can check it or not check it based on how they feel. But if you're gonna call someone, or you're or you walk up to someone and you just start dumping, venting all this different stuff. You're not being responsible for noticing like how you feel and how that might affect them, or if they're in the headspace for that or whatever. So a little quick mini practice of all the stuff we're talking about is we always walk up or call and say, "Oh, do you have space for me to like tell you this thing?" And that's me or us being really responsible of our energy or how we feel, because I'm kind of asking like, "Hey, I have this like heavy thing that I really want to talk about or
Yeah, do
something.
you have space or time?
I'm stressed, but I'm noticing that like I actually don't know where you're at. Maybe you just got off work, a call or something. Let me ask, like, do you have space for me to like dump all this on you right now or talk about it with me?" And then you could be like, "Oh yeah, Bella, of course. Like, let's talk about it." Or you could be like, "Oh, you know what? Like, I need 10 minutes. Like, I can't do it right now. Or could we talk about it tomorrow?" Or
Hmm.
something, you know what I mean? And that's like a really, I think, beginner, easy, small way to jump into what we're talking about. Like Gabby and I
I
literally
like that.
will call and be like, "Oh my God, hi, how are you? Wait, do you have space or a second for me to like tell you this thing or something?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I totally have space to hear it." And it's a great way to practice being responsible for the energy you're bringing to other people.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And also the practice of think about when you walk into a room, how other people are going to feel, what they're doing. Are they busy? Are they, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like I remember when you guys were little, we would even go to friends' houses and I would hear the parents yell from like the other room, like, come down here. It's time for your snack or come down. Like they're just yelling. And I would always say to them, like, how do you know what they're doing? Like maybe they're busy. Like maybe, because for me, I would always be like, you guys, maybe you were playing a video game. And I would always say to you guys, do you have a pause button or no? Because right away, then I knew I shouldn't talk until you finish the level because it's important to you. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying if it's not urgent, like if it's something urgent, I would just interrupt you. But do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
most of the time, we have time and space where we can do that and we can have awareness around us. And I like this other quote by Eckhart Tolle who says, awareness is the greatest agent of change. And we all want things to change. We all dream of things improving and relationships being better. But I think until we actually, I always like to say we shine a light on other people. Like we have this like flashlight, like you're wrong here, you're wrong here. But we turn the light back on ourselves and we shine the light on ourselves. I think that's where the most change can occur. And we can sort of assume some responsibility for how we act and what we've said and things like that. And then we can come to another person to be in relationship with another person. So I don't know. There's just so much to be said about all of it. I love this topic.
I love
Um, yeah, energy. It's so complex. And, also realizing when your energy's off and you can say to someone and make a repair and reconnect with that person. You can say, I'm sorry. I was like so overwhelmed. I was so stressed. I didn't sleep at night, blah, blah, blah. My tummy hurt. You can tell everybody it's not an excuse, right, for how you act or how you treat people, but everyone always has a reason. And
hmm
sometimes it's better to know that you weren't the cause of it. You'd be like, oh, I didn't know they didn't sleep last night. And I wonder why they're talking to me like that. But, so
Like an
you,
example, I spoke to the little thing that you said of the dad coming home and spilling all his
Mhm.
emotions on his little kids. What if instead he could have come home and told his wife, like, "Oh my God, I had a heart. It's such a hard day. I'm gonna go shower. I need 10 minutes to like, so I don't all over you guys and spread my right." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, okay. Like, I'll take care of the kid, whatever." And
Yeah,
like, you
make a deal.
yeah. And then he's like, "Okay, okay." Once again, proving why communication is important. But then he can be like, "Okay, I came down from it. I'm being responsible of my energy. Like I don't want to spread this all over them. Now that I'm like I have it under control, I can go back out into the living room or whatever and be with them all, and I'm not gonna,
Explode
explode.
upon everyone.
Yeah. So what are
Yeah,
some
I
no
love that because you know what? Just speaking to your example, because one of two things will happen that you can either prevent it or you're going to have to make repairs once
yeah,
you do it.
yeah.
And a lot of
And
people don't. They just yell and they don't even care. They don't understand that they're leaving like, effects all over.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, it's like the higher success rate, the better. The goal isn't, like you said, to be perfect or never have emotions or never blow up or never get angry at people, but it's just to be like, okay, how often can I try to, manage my emotions or be aware of like my energy I'm bringing to other situations? But really, really quickly, I think this is important. I think we should share a couple like quick little snappy things we do to preserve or align our personal energies. Like,
Okay, that's really cool.
yeah,
You know,
like,
one of the best ways, one of the things that I love actually is um, a lot of times when we come home from somewhere,
mhm,
right? Like we're busy, we were driving, especially like if I drive far, like we do this even if it's local, but say I drove to like LA and back or whatever, it's a lot of driving. I need a minute to kind of like um
like,
re
come down.
realign, kind of dad calls it deflate, but
Yeah,
but
that's why
kind
I
of
just
yeah, that's why you were doing that.
I said deflate.
Yeah, and so like a lot of times what we'll do, like say dad's here, right? Like he's not with us. I will text him from the driveway, like, hi, we're home. We just pulled in. And he'll say, do you want me to come out and get you guys? Do you need help or do you need a few minutes? Like, because he knows that we might take a few minutes to just sit and breathe. Now, I
Mhm.
always tell everyone this doesn't work if you need the bathroom. But if you don't need the bathroom, then you just sit in your car for like, and you know, it doesn't have to take long. This mindfulness of your energy and this awareness does not have to take long. So the people who are right now saying, well, I don't have time for that, you do have time for that, unless you need the bathroom.
Yeah, it's
Just
very quick.
you can
It
sit for
doesn't
30
cost,
seconds. Yeah.
be super quick. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
It's free. It's
Sit for
fast.
30 seconds, you know, put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath and just kind of like come down because you were just driving a video game in traffic, you know, and you were just like all, you know, and maybe you were like stressed and thinking about dinner or whatever. But I'm just saying, taking these moments, you know, I mean, if you're at work, you can go into the bathroom and take a couple deep breaths, like, you know, and come back out and go to that meeting or go back and make those phone calls. Like, it's just really having the awareness that you might want to start practicing that. And
Yeah.
it's a really good ritual and a really good, you know, habit to get into because it will improve your health, it will improve your relationships, and it will improve your communication. And really, I think you'll just create more joy, but really, you'll have more peace in the world because you're
Mhm.
actually taking care of your energy. And oftentimes, we just rely on everyone else to take care of the energy for us. You know, we're like, if you could just change your energy and change how you're talking and change that look on your face and you know what I mean? We're always asking of other people, but I think we need that personal responsibility if we do want to see change in our world.
Totally. And I'd say there's definitely a synergy to it. Like, if you're showing up, not that and this is not saying you can change people because you can't change people. People, they're responsible for their energy and how they show up. But there's definitely a synergy of if you show up a certain way, there's a higher chance that that other person might match it or it might make them feel a certain way. So by you showing up that way, you are helping amplify the way another person might feel. Like you might think, oh my God, this person feels this way, me working on myself is not going to help or anything. But sometimes just the way you show up, or if you show up with a certain intention or certain energy, it's like contagious and like other people feel it too. So
Yeah,
it goes,
absolutely.
yeah, this is really good stuff.
Really
Um,
good stuff.
let me see if I had one to add. For me, it's what you said. It's that those quick moments of like check-ins with myself in between things, in between, being busy or activities or whatever, but then like on a little bit larger scale of like um protecting my personal energy for the day and for the next day or the week or something. It's like, being intentional with what I know makes me feel better. So I know that I'm in a better place when my hair is clean. I know I'm in a better place when I am wearing something I feel good about or comfortable in, or like these things sound like, oh, maybe they're not important, but then it changes the way I move and I show up with my energy because I feel taken care of. I have those things, met.
Well,
And
hair holds a lot of energy too.
yes, yes, yes.
So So just also taking care of our energy, but thinking about the fact that I think we've mentioned this before, but that we can hold on to other energies and energies can get stuck. So sometimes we don't even know why we feel the way we feel. And sometimes we don't need a reason, you know, like sometimes you'll tell me, Mom, I'm just feeling really sad. And I'll say, oh, like, why? Like, do you have a reason? And you're like, I don't know. And the truth is we may not know why we feel the way we do. We just know that we can care for ourselves and take care of ourselves while we have those feelings or while we
Exactly.
have that energy. But yeah.
One last thing to
Yes.
add. An example of me being responsible for my energy is that I know that I am basically useless when I'm hungry. So I should not show up to a situation or a conversation hungry. So that's me being responsible in my energy, going, okay, for everybody's well being, I'm going to make sure that I ate.
Daddy was the same way when I first started dating him. Way back in the day, 30 some years ago. He used to get so mad and I would look at him and be like, what are you mad about? Like seriously, like I thought we are in love. Like what the heck? And and then he would eat something and then we would look at each other like and he'd be like, "Oh, I was just hungry." And I'd be like, "That is so annoying." Like I don't get like that. Like I don't get hangry. So I can barely understand it, but just again, see like just having awareness. Like if you know that about yourself, you can care for yourself in the way that you need it and you can be mindful about how you show up with others. But yeah, so that's just our little, suggest. The other thing I was going to tell you, see, I have all these bracelets on and I don't wear them all the time. I don't wear them every day, but I wear them a lot of times out and these are kind of like my, Wonder Woman. Like this is like my like okay,
Armor,
I'm gearing up for the world, like I'm
armor.
yeah, it's my armor. Like I'm, protecting my energy. I'm intentional about,
Mhm.
again, not just how I'm showing up, but how I'm taking care of myself when I show up, for others. And oh, you know what? I want to just bring this up. I'm not quite sure if it's relevant, but it's coming into my mind. I want to share this story. But you and I were driving in the car today, and this is one of the things that just hurts my heart a lot. Um, we saw a family crossing a street in a parking lot, right? And kids are just like la la la, like they're just like not even paying attention, right? And it is the parents' job, yes, to watch out for them when they're crossing a busy parking lot or a street or something like that, and because they are older and they are guiding them and they are, and it's just, I think the parents get worried, right? Because the kid is like, taking too long and not, walking or something like that. And then the mom, who maybe cares about the kid, right? She grabs him by the arm and she starts yelling at him and she's like, "You need to stay by our side," and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And I'm right away. I want to honk. I want to stop. I want to like, protect everyone. I want to help her. I want to protect the kid from what she's doing. She's pulling on his arm. And I'm thinking about the energy that she's bringing. I mean, she's basically saying, "Hi, I love you, and I'm worried about you getting hurt, but I'm going to harm you while I teach you about not getting hurt."
Yeah.
And I mean, does that make sense? Like, it doesn't, like, that's how she's showing up with her energy. And that's how he's going to remember his mom
Yeah.
as having that energy. So, like not only could it be a scary situation, but also like she's not really teaching him. She's kind of like harming him when she teaches him, which is it's another topic, but I'm just saying I don't think that she in that moment had any awareness of how she was showing up, that she was being really scary and really loud and like we all could hear her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think that we've all seen it, around us. We've all seen people with their energy off or their emotions or things like that. So those are just like good reminders for us to kind of do a little tune up on ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that
Rem-
make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Okay.
Remembering how important our own energy is and how it affects those around us.
Yeah.
So, shall we go into Crystal of the Week?
Crystal of the week. So I have a story about this actually.
You do.
Yeah. I just thought of it. I just remembered.
Tell us,
So
tell us.
so this is a golden tiger's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, yeah, here. Tiger's eye. So I
Beautiful.
love this stone. It's very, very powerful. It's a stone of the solar plexus, your power center chakra, and it enhances your intuition and it helps you tune into your inner wisdom and use discernment and make decisions. And it also acts as like a protective shield around negativity, like we were just talking about. And again, I want to just remind everyone. I just want to say again, whenever we share these things, we are very practiced. We are very intentional. We are very conscious of how we act and show up, and we're into personal growth and self help and all that kind of stuff. It has a major effect on our health.
Yeah.
Like our health and well-being is amazing, and it always has been because of these little, you know, things that we do and the way that we live our daily life. So there really is a wonderful like side effect to all of this. Okay, but side story. So when my dad was alive, I would tell him about all these crystals, and he would be like, "Ah, crystals, like, what are they? They're just ridiculous, right?" But when he would come to visit, he loved our energy, and he would actually like kind of so he lived in Chicago, where I'm from, and he would come visit us in California, and he would actually kind of rise up. I noticed when he was with us, his energy would go up,
Yeah.
and he loved to be around us. He just loved it. And interesting thing is that one time I bought him a bracelet
Hmm.
and it was a tiger's eye. And he's just like, "Oh, it's ridiculous. It's not going to work. It doesn't, like I'm not going to wear it." And the next thing you know, I see him sliding it onto his wrist. He was like so resistant and didn't want it. But then next thing you know, he's wearing it. And it's really
Yeah.
kind of sad actually because when my dad was dying, Papa Mike gave me back that bracelet. And I was so sad. Like I was so sad for him to give it to me. That was
And
really
then,
sad.
and then once you gave it to him, he wore it nonstop.
He wore it all the time, all the time. He loved it. And he would always say, "I don't know what it is, but Tina gave it to me." You know what I mean? He'd be like,
Uh-huh.
it's one of her crystals." Like he
Uh,
really didn't understand it, but he kind of loved it. But he loved me. And look, I have this fact. I love this little fact. It says, "Did you know ancient Romans wore tiger's eye amulets to protect them during battle and help ensure success in physical combat?" I love that.
Somebody out there is happy that we mentioned the Roman Empire. Now, the
It's a
fun
it's a stone of empowerment. Stone of empowerment.
amazing. I was gonna say also, going back to what we said at the very beginning, without boring you guys with all the details in this episode, but um, crystals have the science behind crystals is fascinating and it's actually brilliant and it's such a fun thing to like get into or research if you ever need something to like, you know, tinker about while you're drinking your coffee or something. It's so fun to learn about and they hold such strong frequencies and affect our personal frequencies and that's why a lot of people wear crystals and it affects your own energy and the energy of your home and things around you, but it's not because it's like magic, it's because it's quantum physics and it's science and it's the frequency of the stone because we're made of energy, matter, and frequency. It's affecting us. So Papa, even though he, didn't, you don't have to necessarily believe in it because it's not Santa Claus. Like he didn't have to believe in the bracelet for it to make him feel better. It just did. And that's why he just kept wearing it because he was like, I don't know what it is, but he did feel good and he liked wearing it. And I'm sure it reminded him of us, which made it even better.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things. It's just, you don't have to be a believer per se or whatever. You just try it. Just have a couple around you, just see if it makes you feel
Yeah.
better. And I mean, everything is energy and frequency. That's why the ocean feels so cleansing. That's why being in nature feels so cleansing because these are
Yeah.
places where we can feel such powerful connection to raw frequency and high vibrational energy.
Yeah. And remember, just because you get a tiger's eye, it doesn't mean you're going to resonate with that particular stone. Like pick up a few of them and see. And also, always remember, you know what? I didn't say this yet on the show, but I want to remind people when you buy crystals or if other people touch your crystals or things like that, you do want to clear them. You do want to, cleanse them. We'll have to teach you guys how to do that, but you can look that up. You want to clear your stone. So like say you get this at the store and then you bring it home, you want to make sure that you cleanse it and sort of attune it to your frequency and things like that. But yeah, I mean, don't take our word for it. Go grab some crystals and see if it helps you. See if it changes your mood. See, Tiger's Eye also promotes like fairness in negotiations and discussions. I mean, even just setting the intention that holding this stone is gonna you know, maybe promote a fair outcome when there's conflict or something like that. It's a whole new way of thinking and, seeing the world and yeah. So that is our crystal of the week, golden tiger's eye.
I love it. It's very, very good. Tiger's Eye is beautiful, and that was super fun. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. This was super fun, and we'll see you on next week of Mystic Like My Mama. Bye bye.
Bye.